Are women necessary for men to be happy? I think the answer is no. We're going to ask the panel right now. The 7 starts right now. What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to this edition of The 7. I, of course, am your humble correspondent, Donovan Sharpe. There we go. I had to get the screen right there. We are back and better than ever. Obviously, we've been on a little bit of a hiatus. I've done a lot of traveling lately. I've had a lot going on in my life. Still kind of do, but I'm going to put that all aside for the sake of the people. Let us go around and introduce tonight's esteemed panelists. First up, the ordained minister of the streets, none other than Minister Jap himself. What's going on, Jap? How you doing, brother?
Oh, man, we're in the building, man. Chi-town, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you having me on.
Absolutely, absolutely. Next up, pardon me. Next up, they call him the Prince of Gotham City or the King of Gotham City. He can't really figure it out. He's got a bunch of paternity suits going on. He is Mr. Lucario. Lucario, how's it been, man?
I'm chilling, man. I'm glad to be here. You know what I'm saying? We back at it again. So I'm good. I'm ready to get into this. You know what I'm saying?
Good stuff. Yeah, this is going to be a hell of a topic, man. It's going to be a hell of a topic.
Yeah.
Next up, of course, is the coach of the West Coast, Mr. Westside himself, Coach Greg Adams. Coach Greg, what's going on with you, man?
What's going on, man? 80 degrees out here in Southern California, no freezing. You got the snow bunnies out. Everybody's at the beach. I was just at the beach, man, just chilling.
You had to say something about the snow bunnies, man. I'm out here. Listen, I'm literally chilling up here in Philly, and you're out there in Southern California.
Yeah, I'm in the snow for real.
I'm totally hating. Next up, the man I call Myron 5% Body Fat Gains, a.k.a. Frank Castle, a.k.a. The Punisher. Myron Gaines. What's happening, brother?
What's up, man? Thank you for having me on the show. I'm happy to be on with this esteemed panel of men that I respect. And, yeah, man, let's get into it. Today's topic is going to be really good.
Good stuff. And last, but certainly not least, the man who is the reason they call Tony Stark the White Hotep Jesus himself. What's going on, brother?
Yeah, we in here. Whole lot of snow, no bunnies.
Oh, I love it. Listen, everybody's soundboard game. All of your soundboard game is superior to mine. That voice modulator that you sound like the final boss on a game. It is unbelievable how you do that. You got to tell me how you do that. Shameless plug here. I'm actually supposed to plug this a while back. Today's show is brought to you by Aaron Clary's book, The Black Man's Guide Out of Poverty. It's called The Black Man's Guide Out of Poverty. You guys can get it on Amazon. He sent me a copy. I actually read this a while back. He sent me a copy of it, not realizing that I had already read it. This is a very, very, very good book, and I'm just going to read an excerpt from it. It's actually from the back. He says, "You have a choice when it comes to Aaron Clary. You can dismiss him as a white guy completely clueless about the black experience, or realize he was also brought up under poverty, escaped it, and wants to help you do the same. And though there are certainly some cultural differences, the man has the expertise, experience, and wisdom to get you out of poverty as well. The question is whether you want to." The author of this book has absolutely no patience for care, compassion, feelings, emotions, or whatever other Oprah bullshit your teachers, counselors, and community leaders have been feeding you. He only cares about results. And if you look at the past 50 years, there hasn't been any. So do yourself a favor before you die. Read this book, listen to Aaron Clary, and if you don't see that it doesn't make genuine progress in your life, if not, throw the book away and punch the author the next time you see him on the street. That's a hell of a claim.
I got to double down on that, man. Aaron Clary, guys, listen to Aaron Clary. When it comes to money and finances and general personal finance, he knows what he's talking about. Shout out to Aaron Clary, man.
Yeah, Aaron's the best in the business. I had no idea that he's an economist. He has a degree in economy. He's one of the smartest guys. He's one of the smartest guys I know. I can't wait to get out there and see him out there in the 305. Let's read some of these super chats before we get started. Kevin Whaley with the $5 super chat says, paying my Sunday offering. And with that, let us get into tonight's topic. It is common knowledge at this point, at least men who are RP aware, that women are no longer as essential to a man's life as they once were. Obviously, the right woman, and they are few and far between, the right woman does have the potential to elevate a man's life. However, the million-dollar question at this point is, are women necessary for men's happiness? Is it necessary for a man to have a woman in his life to be truly content? We're going to go backwards to forward. We're going to start with Hotep Jesus first. What is your take on this?
Who else going to suck my dick? I ain't fucking with no gay shit. You know what I'm saying? Yes. The answer is yes. James Brown said it's a man's world, but it'll be nothing without a woman or a girl. I think women are necessary to a man's health. It's just that we're at a time and age where many of them aren't worthy of our time. They're not worthy of our dollar. They're not worthy of our energy. So it's slim pickings out here. I say, go to Africa, find you a nice little bush woman, bring her back here and don't give her a cell phone.
Listen, one of the biggest mistakes that men make is they go overseas, they find them a wife, not exposed to Western culture, and they bring her back to America. Nice. I always listen, don't bring her back here. If you really want a foreign bride, the biggest mistake that a man can make, the biggest mistake he can make is bringing her back to America. Dude, you will corrupt her. Dude, you will corrupt her with the fury of 1,000 suns. There's just no way that's ever going to work. Let's go to Myron Gaines. Myron, you're the youngest guy on the panel right now. In your opinion, are women necessary for a man's happiness? Is it necessary for a man to have a woman in his life on some capacity to be happy? Yes or no?
So I'll say this. I look at women as kind of like the cherry on top of the cake that you've already built. Oh. So they're basically a dessert that's not necessarily required. And the thing is that men, we don't really derive our benefit or like our pleasure. Men get their intense pleasure from creating, not from being in relationships. When two men meet, and they shake hands, they say, hey, what do you do for work? What do you do for a living? That's how men measure each other in our meritocracy-based world. Women, however, right, they're a little bit more communitarian. So when women meet, hey, do you have any children? Are you married? Whatever. A woman's success is based off of the man that she can attract. You know what I'm saying? So for men, and a lot of guys don't want to, they won't admit this, but if a guy had, abundance of women, right? Like look at Leonardo DiCaprio, for example, right? Everyone says that's a man's dream, whatever. Like if a man is successful and has multiple women, he's going to be happy. Well, it doesn't work the same way with women. So I would say a man's pleasure and happiness comes from his success. And if the women come in after that, that's fine, and he can have multiple women, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you need the women to get that fulfillment like women do. But women definitely need that fulfillment because if you look at the studies, the least happy demographic of American being is a woman in her 40s making over $100,000 a year that's not married without children. So women by default, right, to get happiness need a man and children to be able to feel that fulfillment. Men, however, don't, because we're built to create, not to nurture and give love to a family like women are.
CGA, agree or disagree?
Let me get nope. Let me get it louder. Nope. Right. Nope. In terms of happiness, I don't think happiness is derived from women. I think you can get some temporary satisfaction, like my man Hotep Jesus was talking about. You can bust a nut. You can roar all up in these women, and then you'll feel good. All right. And then post-nut clarity hits, and then that's something else. But I think overall, what Myron was saying, I think it's not necessarily that men get satisfaction from building. It's more providing. I think our nature is to provide. I think we get satisfaction that we know our kids are taken care of. I think our, woman has a place and a role with the family. I think that's where the satisfaction was. Men didn't come home to a happy home with a wife blowing him off. He came home to a wife that understood he needed some time to decompress, some peace, quiet, and freedom. She made sure that the kids were taken care of for the most part. And he was happy with his castle in his kingdom. Now he has none of that. What man literally has any opportunity to have that? And 1 million men per year learn that happiness and women don't go hand in hand. When they get up in the family law court, when they get into child support, when they get into all of these systems, they find out really quick that temporary pleasure that they got from the woman, that temporary need to provide, ended up costing them way more than it would have if they didn't have her at all.
Okay, and I like what you said. The wife knew, or wives now, they don't realize. Back in the day, they said, hey, what, husband has to come home and blow off some steam? Well, back in the day, husbands used to come home and the wives used to blow them. It doesn't work that way anymore, right? Like, it just doesn't work that way anymore. Now, Lucario, you're in a unique situation. You're the only guy on the panel who openly has a wife and a girlfriend. I know some of us may or may not have a wife and a side chick, or a girlfriend and a side chick. What are your thoughts? Because you are technically committed to two different women. Right. So could Lucario be happy without the commitment of two women, or would you be just fine?
Yeah, I think, well, the thing is this, I don't think that women can make you happy. I don't think anything outside yourself can make you happy. And I think the acquiring of women, or trying to get women and thinking that's going to make you happy, is really the thing that's going to make you sad and depressed and frustrated and upset, because you're looking for happiness through the interactions you have with women. So you're looking for women to cure your loneliness. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So if you're doing it like that, that's when you're going to be unhappy. So you got to be happy with or without the woman. You understand? Okay. And it has to be always in your mind. You got to look at it like this. I always say, like, you know, your life is the cake. Everything else is, you know, all the other extras is icing on the cake. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So you don't need the woman to be happy. You understand? You should be happy already, and then just you have the women there as, you know, somebody you spend time with, you have fun with, and you do your thing with. But if they were not there, you still should have the same level of happiness whether or not they're there. And I think a lot of guys are secretly trying to find happiness through the woman, and that within itself kind of just makes them get all depressed and angry and frustrated. You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense. Jap, what are your thoughts? Now, obviously, you have a different perspective. Like, most of the women that you know have a short-term approach. So it'd be interesting to find out what you think about this.
Well, this is what I think. I think that women do make men happy. Women are a part of men being happy, but it's not necessarily love. Okay. I look at women as recreation. Like I always tell you, recreational use. And recreation is when I'm done achieving my mission and putting my stamp on the world and making history. Now, I think having access to women brings a lot of brothers happiness because it's a release.
Right.
Like, I'm happy when I get a massage from the Chinese bitch in the mall. It makes me happy. So if you say that this Chinese bitches massaging your back make you happy, yes, because, you know, it soothes me at that particular time. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't define me. It's not my mission in life to be around a woman and be happy. Because again, they're temporary now. They're recreational.
Yep.
They have like a 90-day to 120-day shelf life in most cases of the dating scene. Like Myron, you know, I mean, we out here and about moving around. This shit don't last that long, but it doing your thing is going to bring about the women. And again, I think that all men, I mean, motherfuckers working out, you take care of yourself, you shine your car up to have access to women when you want them. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Because I don't play video games. I'd rather play with a bitch. So that's just me. No disrespect to my video game niggas. I just
well, hold on. Now let me stop you right there. No. See, now I'm gonna take it in another direction. Disrespect to the video gamers, right? Here's the deal, man. If you play video games recreationally, if you play the game, you know, an hour and a half every day just to decompress, I'm not mad at you. But if you play video games for an average of more than 2 hours a day and you're not getting paid, you will never reach your full potential. I don't care who you are. There is not a hyper successful man on the face of the earth who plays video games 5 hours a day. I had some musclehead tell me, I play video games 5 hours a day and I'm a bodybuilder and I work 18 hours a day. Dude, like, did you not take math class? Did you not take math class in high? Like, what are we doing?
Donovan, I know most successful black men that I know don't watch TV.
There you go.
Yep.
There you go. And if you don't watch, dude, I bet, dude, you know what I watch?
I watch TV like that in years, bro.
You know when I watch TV? I watch TV at the end of the night when I'm decompressing with my girl, and I'll have Sports Center on while I'm in here. That's it. I don't have time for video games.
When I'm out and about, but I'm just saying, like, motherfuckers watching shows, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, when it's the playoffs and shit like that, okay, we get into sports and shit like that. But I'm talking about like a motherfucker who just sitting back, you know,
loser,
couch potato shit.
Loser. I know this is like so 1995, but miss me with the video game stuff. Let me answer. I'm gonna answer Hotep Jesus's question. So his answer was, "Who's gonna suck my dick?" I'll tell you who's gonna suck my dick. All these hoes out here running around. There is very little that I can't get from girls in short-term relationships that I can get from a girl in a long-term relationship. And I'll put it to you like this. Are women necessary for a man's happiness? In short, no. However, it would be disingenuous of me to admit that having a woman that you do trust and care about very much, that it doesn't elevate your life. Men the world over live great lives. They're bachelors. They're players for life, right? I lived that fast Vegas player life for years and years and years. And while that was a good time, my life, now at 43 years old, my life is better now that I'm in a long-term relationship. Now, if that long-term relationship just all of a sudden dissolves for whatever reason, will I be bummed for a little while? Sure. But I'm going to be all right because I don't need women to be happy. I used to think that I needed one to be happy, but I really don't. And listen, my girl Devin would be the first to tell you. Go ahead.
I'm gonna be the contrarian here.
Do it.
Say,
Let's do it.
I need a woman in my life.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm mad at you.
You know, after I get my nice place, and it's like a Christmas tree with no ornaments.
Okay. All right. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Listen, Hotep, I'm with you, man, because what good is living a good life if you don't have someone to share it with, right?
Yeah, I need her walking around the house and her little outfit on and the cake's looking right. You know what I mean? I need that body when I lay down at night to just annoy me and shit. You know what I'm saying? And ask me dumbass questions. You know, I need that person that's just gonna fucking.
Who was that? Was that Coach Craig Adams?
That was great.
Yeah. Was that with you? Was that you?
Hold on.
We'll go to Coach Craig Adams. Let's do it.
I need somebody to do my laundry.
Oh shit!
And complain that I got too many drawers. I need somebody to cook my food and bring it to me and look cute when they bring my food to me. I need that in my life. If I don't have somebody to share that with, and I don't know if I feel complete. I mean, of course, men bring about their own happiness.
Sure.
But like Myra said, you know, what good is this dessert without the cherry on top?
It sounds like you need a Mexican.
All right. Okay. CJ, what you got on that?
I for a Mexican, but I prefer an Asian.
Okay, CJ, you hit the buzzer button. So what say you?
Well, that's a dream. That's definitely a dream, brother. I mean, you know, you asking for something that really doesn't come along. I mean, unless you have an established setup for that. But I know people try to buy that. There was a time where men got pleasure from women. They went to the whorehouse. Okay, the sheriff was there, the mayor was there, everybody was there. They went and got a drink, a little whiskey shot. They went upstairs with the madam, and they got taken care of, and they went home to either themselves or their wives. A lot of what you're describing, my brother Hotep, that comes at a steep price. And that price is lack of peace, lack of quiet, and lack of freedom. But you can, I say you have a 10% chance of finding that. Very much a 10% chance of finding that.
Let me ask you this though, Coach. Are you comparing pleasure and happiness? Because then it becomes a different conversation. What I'm talking about is pleasure. I'm gonna be happy regardless. So agreeing with you, the bitch that never made me happy, accomplishing my goals, my dreams, and shit like that is gonna make me happy. But can she please me and give me pleasure? Yes. Which is a part of happiness that you deserve for all your hard work.
Right. Yeah. Pleasure and happiness is different. But I think, again, you're not going to get that from the woman. I mean, unless you hire her for that. Like you saying, brother, your dream, she bringing, she in her booty shorts and it's looking plump. I mean, look, bro. I mean, by 3 years later, 2 biscuits, two donuts later, she gonna be looking like a busted Pillsbury biscuit can, and that cellulite gonna be popping out the bottom of them shorts. I'm just saying, bro. I mean, what
Coach
you asking for, bro? I mean, like who said that? It's temporary. It's you'll get that fixed. But Coach said it like after. Oh, my man, Jap said it. After 3 months, after 120 days, that's it. That's the best you gonna get. So,
but I'm not speaking in hypotheticals. I'm speaking my reality. Okay. That is my life.
Okay.
Oh, you got that.
I got that. That's how I live.
Right.
Okay. I'll be sitting here. I'm on this computer, and my breakfast come. Or sometimes she be like, "I need the credit card," and it make me happy to know I got the motherfucker here.
All right.
Here you go. Leave me the fuck alone.
Mature as Hotep. I like a bitch to be around, just not that damn long. I like them to go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I do like being alone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what the credit cards for.
But
Yeah.
That's why you give her the credit card to get rid of her.
Exactly.
I think talking about being happy though, or needing them to be happy is a strong phrase. Like, because then it's like, what happens? Okay, you got your girl, everything is cool. Next thing you know, your girl leaves or whatever, is done. So now by saying that, it's kind of like, now I can't be happy because she ain't here. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't ever want to feel like I can't be happy without this situation. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm Hotep Jesus. It's a line.
No, I'm just
it's a line of qualifieds waiting.
But there could be times where, you know what I'm saying? Because like Donovan said, if his woman left him, he'll feel a certain type of way because there's still that connection there, and you still.
Yeah.
And so it's like it's I don't know. I have this thing where I don't like the aspect of anyone feeling like they need anything outside themselves to be happy, because then you're setting yourself up for unhappiness. If for whatever reason it happens, you can't have that thing.
Well,
you know
I'll put it to you like this.
But happiness never feels as good without unhappiness. You need the lows to feel the highs.
From an instinct point of view, though, just man instinct, we always still wanted companionship and still want to have women. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even Arab sheiks and shit like that got a herd of women. You know?
Yes.
Like, I was just watching today, what I was watching on Netflix, it was a movie about the fucking Unabomber. This motherfucker lived to 50 years old with literally no bitch. Never, he was a virgin and really had no human contact. That motherfucker was miserable, and he took his misery and killed people with it. So, to a degree, companionship can bring about happiness, because I do like joking and having drinks with bitches. I just like bitches.
I'll put it to you this way. Listen, hold on. Listen, I do agree with what Coach Greg Adams said. However, it's in all six of us, I think it's safe to say that all six of us have fucked more women than the average man. And it's easy for us to tell others that they don't need what we have already had, right? It's easy for a guy like me to say, listen, man, I don't need a woman to be happy. I mean, tell that to the guy who's been laid once. Tell that to the virgin, right? By the same token, just like Coach Greg Adams said, there is a price to be paid. So now comes the question, what price are you willing to pay? Let's just go to Bizarro World, right? And there's no such thing as the perfect woman. I think we all know that. But what price are you willing to pay, if anything, to be in a long-term relationship with a woman who doesn't cheat, she doesn't lie, she gives you the booty anytime? What price are you willing to pay? Because listen, as nice as women are, they do come with their bullshit. And Hotep Jesus, to your credit, you've actually learned to embrace it. You're like, listen, I want my woman to nag me, man. It lets me know that she's a woman. Like it sucks, but it is what it is. If she's not nagging me, I completely understand that women have their shit. But what price are you willing to pay to be in a relationship of consequence with a woman you love and trust? I'll start with Hotep.
Are we talking money or what?
Not really money, because I don't think money is really the issue here. What are you willing to deal with? Like what is the line of demarcation? Where does Hotep Jesus say, if she does or says or is like X, Y, and Z, I can't do that. So where do you draw the line?
Oh yeah, I draw the line real early.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I need a lot of space. I need a lot of alone time. I need a lot of shutting the fuck up. Yeah,
Yep.
I need all of that. I'm not willing to pay too high a price. You know, my social battery, I got a great social personality, but I got a battery like a iPhone 4, you know. My social battery it depletes really fast. So I'm like, all right, I'm done here. But I don't know. You know, I don't like the social media stalking. Like if you're gonna stalk my social media, you're out. You're out.
Yep.
You know, that's where I draw the line. Like telling me how to run my life and all of that. Yeah, you out. You know, it's not even, I can't even give you strikes anymore. It's like first strike. Oh, you trying to tell me how to run my shit? Oh, no, you got to go. You trying to tell me how to do my social media? You watching my social media? Oh, you got to go. You know, that's just one thing I find really annoying. Don't be seen, you know, and don't be heard. It's like a kid. Don't be seen and don't be heard. You know, when I need you, I'll be here. And I'll be upstairs after I'm done work. And then, you know, we lay down together. But during the day, only time I should really see you is when you got a question about food or my laundry or something.
Real talk. So now I'm going to come to Myron with this question, but I'm going to use the Coach Greg Adams standard. Now, Coach, what are things, if a man gets into a cohabitating relationship, what are the things that come to your mind immediately that a man gives up right out the gate?
Well, I mean, I always say the peace, quiet, and freedom, but I think, you know, I just think that person looks at you as an entertainment vehicle. They look at you as somebody to bounce ideas off of. They look at you as somebody to vent. And that's what women think relationships are. That they call that communication.
Yeah.
Right. They call that's time that you're invested. That they think that's a part of the relationship. That's in the fine print. So knowing that, like, I don't want to answer the question about the price. We're going to go to Myron, but when I've lived with women, ultimately they believe that their access to you and that your free time, if you have free time and you say, hey, she asks you, what you going to do today? I'm going to sit here and watch whatever I'm going to do. Yeah. Well, she says, well, since you have free time, she's going to assign that time to something else. Oh, good. We can go to the festival, the fair, the farmer's market, all this stuff like that. I got a family event, all the F's. And all the F's except for fucking, right? So everything you're going to do is going to be revolved around the entertainment, which you are the provider of. And that's what I don't like. I'll come back to that question.
Okay.
I don't like that part.
So Myron, peace, quiet, or freedom? Which of those would you be willing to give up, if any, for a long-term relationship with a woman that you have fully vet? Because again, you're gonna have to give up some of these things. Listen, I'll talk about some of the things I've given up. Wait, peace.
He ain't give up shit.
I mean,
I can't give up.
I don't think I've given up any of that stuff to be. Okay, Devin, I really need you to stop. See, now this is it right here. Devin keeps blowing up my phone, and I thought my phone was on silent, but she keeps sending me text messages. Devin, please, love you. Quit blowing me up. I'm on the air right now. We got 1,000 people watching. Jesus Christ. Everyone, like the price that I pay with Dev is that she is a woman. Like, and some of her idiosyncrasies, and this is so funny because it makes me laugh now. She wants me to make decisions late at night, right? And Dev knows I make all the decisions, and so she asks me to make decisions. And I'm like, Dev, I just worked 16 hours. I want to sip on my whiskey. I want to watch mindless entertainment on TV, and I want to go to sleep. And she always tells me, yeah, but you're up there 16 hours a day. And when I try to come in and get you to make a decision then, not now, I'm working. So there's that. Other than that, I don't think I've really, I mean, listen, obviously I've given up chasing women, right? Like that was one of my favorite pastimes. I don't really have time to do that anymore. But there I don't want to say that there's a measure of freedom, but yeah, it is nice to be alone sometimes. And just because I'm in a studio by myself and she's downstairs, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm alone. I'm here doing a show. We got 1,100 people watching me. My girl is still blowing me up, right? So those are some of the things that I deal with. Those aren't deal breakers. That's just dealing with women. So Myron, what would you be willing to give up to be in a good relationship?
I'll be honest, man. I'm not giving up any of it.
Okay.
And the reason why is I choose the way I do things is basically I date multiple girls. They know I have multiple girls, and women just accept it. The thing is that helps me is that I'm very upfront and blunt about it. I don't lie. I don't sit here and be like, "Oh, baby, you're the only one," and whisper sweet nothings in her ear, because that's when you end up in trouble. Like when you lie to girls and you let her think like, "Oh, she's the only one," and she starts investing in you, and then she realizes she's not. That's when you get your car keyed, or get attacked, whatever it is. So me, I just tell them off rip, hey, I got multiple girls that I deal with, whatever. Now, does that come with a consequence? It definitely does. And what that consequence is, it's gonna be tougher to retain girls. They're gonna know that you're kind of like doing your own thing, that they won't be able to take you serious. So when some simp comes along and says, "Oh, I want to commit to you, baby," she'll go with him. But it always happens. He ends up being weak. She's like, "I don't like this guy," and then she comes back anyway. So. I just accept that reality that as a guy that's like non-monogamous, that women are not going to take me seriously a lot of the time. I'm content with that, and I'm cool with it, because what it does, it affords me the freedom and the variance, the variability that I like with women. I like to date all different types of girls, deal with different types of girls, and there's others that are higher up on a hierarchy than others that like some girls like are just better that you'll spend more time with.
Sure.
And others are like, yo, she belongs to the streets, and I'm only gonna deal with her like once every 3 months or some stuff. But I enjoy the difference, the variability with girls. So
okay,
for me, an LTR or anything serious like that, the girl would literally have to be like top tier for me to even consider it. And then if I did give her that LTR, she would have to share me. There is no way that I would be in a monogamous relationship with one woman. I mean, hell, as you guys know, I'm Muslim, so we can have up to 4 or 5 wives. I'll be seeing other women too, because I always say a man shows his commitment through sharing his resources and his emotional investment and his money and time, right? That's how a man shows his commitment. A woman shows her commitment through fidelity, not men.
Okay.
So I think women are totally content, and we know this in our RP sphere. Women are content with sharing a high-value guy.
Yes, they are.
Most women don't like admitting that. So to me, I look at it like, I'm going to keep my value high, but you're going to have to share me, baby. That's the way this works.
Okay, very good. Well said. CGA, I know the answer is probably nothing, but what would you be willing to give up?
Nothing at this point in my life. I mean, I tried it. Let me tell you. I mean,
look, tried it already.
I hate to, you guys have seen my channel, and people that are listening, you see my channel. It's the bottom line is this. I tried it. I tried the monogamy thing. I tried the wife thing. I tried the little household and the 2 kids and the dog, the German Shepherd, Minister Jap.
Oh, right. Wow. Oh, here we go. Don't get him started.
I tried it. The white picket fence. I tried it. Let me tell you something. I ain't never going back. Another broad ain't moving up in here. The best I can give her is an overnight. I mean, that is the absolute best. And that is like every other weekend. That's not every weekend. All right. Because like my man Hotep said, my battery gets drained really fast with nonsense.
Yeah.
And people that have Mickey Mouse and conversations with you, very limited. I just can't deal with it. I can't deal with it. And women are children with breasts. Yep. They can't help it. Like you said, Devin, nice person, met her. I just, you know what I mean? Like I could not have that anymore.
Okay.
That's just the reality of it. I mean, some people can. I'm just past that. Now, I will say this. Let me say this.
Okay.
I've been where Myron has been.
Okay.
Where I'm gonna have all these hoes and juggling hoes. That shit gets tiring too.
Yes,
okay.
It does.
I mean, that's just as tiring to me. When I heard Myron talking about it, I was like, shit, I don't want to do that either. Okay. But because the replacement factor,
sure.
And the person, there's some jealousy related to that. It drains you as well. So
sure.
There is a middle ground. There is definitely a middle ground.
When dealing with women on any level, it doesn't matter whether it's long-term or short-term, there is always a price to be paid. Whether you want to pay it or not, there is a price to be paid. Because
I got a theory real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
You guys want to know why they call homosexual men gay? It's because they're happy, because they don't deal with women. Like, I was thinking about this the other day, man. I was having a conversation and like, pause. You know what I'm saying? Pause about this conversation.
Pause, yeah.
In my head, like, yo, why are homosexual men so happy? Like, think about it, bro. You can go on Grindr, text a dude, hey man, what's up? I'm like feeling horny. Oh yeah, me too. All right, let's take a break from work and meet up here and then do this. Bam, and then they're done, and then they go back to doing what they're doing. That's why these dudes have so much money, bro.
They make the most money.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Money. And then last thing, I'm sorry, I mean to cut you off, but go ahead.
Was just to finish is like you look at all the like here in Miami, right, Brickell, the expensive parts, Austin, Texas. You look at LA, San Francisco, all these expensive.
Yeah.
It's all run by homosexual men. They have all this money. Why? Because they don't deal with women. They're just like they go.
Wow, that's an interesting theory. That is an interesting theory, man.
Then they make.
Now, I'm not trying to endorse it, but I have had two neighbors. They both were married to women, and then they both were together as mates. Let me just say that. And they were always talking about it. They were like, yeah, I got divorced too, and we ended up here. I was like, God dang. I was like, I try not to have a conversation with them because I don't want any details.
Sure.
But the point is, to his point, they make the most out of all.
I'm gonna tell you what, that is very. I would never have thought about that.
I've been saying this for years, bro. I just haven't said it on the air, but I was like, I figured we would debut it here. But yeah, man, like, yo, think about it. When two dudes like that go on a date, who pays? They probably split it in half every time, bro. That's why they stay with
And they don't have a problem with it. They have no problem with it at all.
Because they're dudes. I think it's because they get straight to the point. So if you
they don't play games. They don't play games. They know what's up.
And you just put whores in place, then you're Warren Buffett. Then you're you know what I'm saying, you're Elon Musk. Like these motherfuckers don't deal with women, they deal with whores, and gay people mostly are, straight to the point. They really don't,
Yeah, you know what they are? They're men. They're men. Listen, this is why, think about this. Think about this. And listen, no shade on homosexual men because they got it on lock. This is why homosexual men have so much money and time and freedom because they don't deal with women ever. Dude, that is incredible. Dude, I had never, ever considered that ever.
I've been thinking that for years, bro. I look at all the major cities that are going through gentrification.
I swear to God.
Who are they run by?
They got it figured out.
Homosexual men, they have a lot of money, and it's because they don't deal with women, bro. Like, I was thinking about wow, how do these guys get the bag? And then it hit me. It was like, yo, they don't spend money on
deal with women.
They're not chasing chicks. They can focus on, working all the time.
Yes.
If they do get horny, they get on Grindr. Then they get wham, bam, go back to work.
And it's over. That's it.
Now, let me tell y'all something. Look, we need to put something. We need to say this because there's somebody going to edit this up and chop it up.
Of course.
Thank you. Somebody clean this shit the fuck up right now.
Just want to say it right. Not come to me with me. I am not endorsing dudes dicking each other down right now. But the point was made. I agree with the point. But we're going to talk about that peace leave from here on out.
Okay, we're talking about the peace league. We're talking about the peace league. Yeah, by the way, listen, that was a very good point by Myron, but Myron has single-handedly, in a span of about 2 minutes, has put this directly to Patreon. So you guys can all thank Myron Gaines that this will not be available after we are done. Lucario, let me bring it to you. What price do you pay having a wife and a girlfriend? Is it comparatively high? Is it not worth it? Like, what are your thoughts?
Well, the thing is, whenever you're dealing with a woman, there's going to be a price because, simply you're dealing with a woman. So you're going to have to deal with the good and the bad. And so one of the prices that you're going to have to pay dealing with women in any type of long-term situation or anything serious is your time. So you can't just tell a woman that you're with, hey, I'll just see you when I see you type of situation. If y'all are together, they're gonna want to spend that time with you. So you got to understand that if you're not ready to put in that time and that energy that it takes to be in that relationship, then it ain't gonna really work out for you. But understand that there is a benefit to that too. So what people have to understand is always a give to get. So you can't get the benefits of having a woman there who's going to actually do stuff for you. Like Hotep was saying, he's like, look, she's bringing me my food. She's doing this. She's doing that. You're not going to get those benefits if you don't put in no time in. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. But if you don't want to put in no time, you could be like, let's say, for example, with Myron's like, look, I'm going to just smash this girl, smash that girl. You understand what I'm saying? But the thing is, he gets the benefits of having multiple hot girls that he could have sex with, all that other stuff. But on the flip side, there might not necessarily be a girl there that's going to be there consistently. You understand what I'm saying? And be about the shit. So whichever way you go, it's always a pro and a con. You know what I'm saying?
There's always a price to pay, no matter what. Let me read these super chats because they are really flying in. Still I Rise, $5 says, women need me to be happy. Me need them. CGA soundbite, nope. But definitely enjoy the ladies for my purpose. Beyond Batman, $20 says, I want to apologize to you, Donovan, and Unplug Fit for talking crap about you guys. It isn't getting us nowhere. I just want all men to come together. That's all. I appreciate you reading the super chat, but I needed to do what is right. I don't know who Beyond Batman 6'4" is.
Yeah, no, I mean, hey, bro, water under the bridge on my side.
Yeah, I mean, okay. I don't like, dude, there are hit pieces all over the place about me. I don't pay attention to any of that stuff.
They're probably going to chop up that conversation about the other stuff and try to say, oh, these guys like dudes. It's like, guys, no one on this panel.
Oh, listen, hey, you want to know something? If they do that, guess who just cracked the YouTube algorithm? We're all going to hit 250,000 subscribers if that's the case. So please keep it coming. And we should probably call them Roberto Alomars or Chipper Joneses or Terry Pendletons for all you baseball nuts out there. Janik with the 25 Hong Kong dollars says, go to Africa, you get Eddie. What have you done for me lately? Eugene Morgan, $20 says, men are happy spending time. Oh, that's what that is. Okay. Eugene Morgan, $20. He says, men are happy spending time with their crew of male friends, having monetary success and having hobbies. And the women are like having a car or a microwave, just a tool to use when you need it. The goddamn bacon, 556 says, quote from my latest End Times report. You always lose money chasing women. You never lose women chasing money. Hashtag return on investment. Yeah, I've heard that a few times. Eugene Morgan, $20 says tonight's topic is definitely a MGTOW message. Red pill is the message of learning game and pursuing women. And the MGTOW promotes the idea that we don't need them, which we don't. We just need peace leave every now and again. Very good. Dory, 1911, $5. Rob, $5 says we don't need women, but life would be boring without them. I could not just hang around men all the time. Too much testosterone and no way to release. That makes sense. Lee Maxfield, $5 says, next, you got to go. She belongs to the streets. No one to walk away. C-Square, $10. A laughing fox. King Life, $10 says, I want 600 likes. Come on, guys. Yes, 1,269 people watching. Let's get the likes up. Dory, 1911, another $5 says, seek peace over happiness. Happiness is an emotion. Peace is a state of being. Add the woman that enhances your peaceful universe. Appreciate that very much. Eugene Morgan, another $10, says, piggybacking on what Myron said, I must have said it a million times that switch hitters have a leg up in society because they don't deal with women and get dragged down by them. There is definitely something to that. Club Fortune, $5 says, I love the insight. Keep up the great work. Kyle 1 says, with most women today, I don't even see how peace, quiet, or freedom are even on the table in an LTR. Danny Arnold says, OM goodness, you guys have me dying. My cheeks ache from laughing so hard. I can't imagine that YouTube would strike me down, but listen, I'm always skating on thin ice, but I think that is legit. I think that is legit what Myron said. I'm going to take this down. I'm going to cut that part out and I'm going to post it and I'm going to try to get monetization. If they monetize it, I'll post it because at that point, YouTube has given me the okay.
We didn't insult them. We gave them the compliment.
Hey, listen, oh, God, I don't want to get too far into this, but dude, I had never thought of it that way. We tell guys all the time, man's downfall most of the time is because of a woman. This is why, oh my God, Eddie Murray's are kicking life's ass, man. This is why they're kicking life's ass, because they do not deal with women. Or at least when they do, they're not suffering any consequences from it. Unbelievable. Club Fortune, another 20
shit though, I'm sure.
Say again?
Never mind.
What I didn't hear what he said. Okay. Club Fortune with the $25 super chat says, just a little bit more to the 7. Thank you for emphasizing peace, happiness, and freedoms in a man's life. Next level, $5 says, bag 'em, shag 'em, flag 'em. Now they're really coming in. John Wick with a $10 super chat. This will be the last question of the evening. We're going to keep it high and tight this evening. What are everyone's thoughts on, quote, polygamy will outnumber monogamous relationships? Let's go to Jap. We're going to go Jap, Lucario, CGA, Myron, and Hotep Jesus. What are everyone's thoughts on polygamous relationships will outnumber monogamous relationships? I have a feeling they probably already do. We just don't know it yet. Jap, go.
I think it's just a big word for shit we already do.
There it is.
There it is. Having a side bitch, polygamous relationship. Having side chicks and your main chick for X amount of time, it's been done. I mean, baby daddies, baby mamas, and all it's been done already. It's just a big word for it. In a generic sense, it's just ratchetivity. But I don't necessarily think that I don't think it really works too well in America.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I know how powerful it could be in Islamic culture and other cultures, but I don't see it working here because these women get jealous. When you add in the social media portion of it, then you add in how the world perceives it and can these women get along, the jealousy. I just think that you will have a bigger headache on your hands trying to get them together. So I kind of keep them separated.
Okay.
That's just me.
So a polygamous relationship unbeknownst to the women. So you would just make sure that they don't know about each other, right?
Exactly. I don't believe in it. I don't think that I could do it. If I pull it off, I'm gonna call Lucario and be like, man, I did it. I didn't think I could get white women. It hit me. So you know what I'm saying?
White girls ain't special, man.
Pull that off. I'm gonna call Lucario, man, and just shake the man's hand because I didn't think it was possible for a nigga like me, man. These bitches, I've had some real episodes with women. Like they pop up on my ass, like they bang on. Like I'm scared to do that. Actually, I ain't gonna lie to you.
All right.
That's just me.
Lucario, you are in a polygamous relationship.
Right.
So give me your thoughts. What are some of the challenges that come with being in a polygamous relationship? Polyamorous.
Well, the thing is it's like different things. So you have like polyamory is just like, multiple people, you know what I mean? And then you have like polygyny and polyandry, but that's a whole nother thing about marriage. But as far as like being with, I don't think most people are going to be able to do that. And the reason why I'm saying it, especially here in the United States, is because monogamy was actually created for men. Because back in the day, like years and years and years ago, what happened was that there were only a select few of men who had most of the women. So then those men who didn't have women, they were upset and they were like, look, we're going to like leave this village or leave wherever because we need to find ourselves some women. So they was like, look, we're going to have to create a system to where each guy has a fair shot of getting a woman. So that's basically the story of how monogamy was created.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So the thing is with being polyamorous, for men, it'll be hard for men to do it, and especially if they're in a situation where they have a polyamorous relationship where they get to deal with other women and their women also get to deal with other men. Mm-hmm. Most men can't be able to handle that type of situation because most guys can't deal with the fact of their woman being with another man. So that's not going to happen. You understand what I'm saying? When it comes to polygyny, which is one man married to a bunch of women, most guys will probably be able to on the surface think they can handle having multiple women just to themselves. But the ironic part is most guys won't be able to, because if you are annoyed dealing with one woman, how are you going to be able to deal with three women who all are trying to get your attention, who all are going to give you that energy? It's going to be impossible for most guys to deal with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think. But before we go to CGA, it is much different. How can I put this? Women are much. It's not that women enjoy the fact that their man goes off and sleeps with other women, but it's actually a turn on, right? You can't say men can't handle his. I mean, the reason why men don't like to deal with his woman sleeping with other men, is because that's a biological thing. Women don't want men that other women don't want, okay? Men don't want women that every man has had. So to me, that's a biological thing. So to say, well, if I'm okay with him sleeping around, then he should be okay with me sleeping around. No, it doesn't work that way. That is evolutionary biology and the male and the female firmware at work there. Coach Greg Adams, polygamous polyamorous relationships outnumbering monogamous relationships. Do you think that this is something that's happening now or will in the future?
Yeah, I think so. I think Minister Japp hit on it. I think we've been doing it most of the time, and people who complain about the 80-20 rule where only 20% of the men are getting 80%, that is polyamory. There's always kind of been a system where as Lucario was saying, the men benefited from monogamy. women wanted to be with the top tier men, no matter what.
Yep.
No matter what. So today's woman is clearly saying when they eliminate 80% of the men, they only want access to 20% of the women. Ask a woman in Southern California if they've been on a yacht and got their back blown out. Okay, there's a lot of them that have done that, and they know these men have wives. I mean, these men have wives. They know these men have multiple women that come on the boat, back blown out. Now, would they say, and when you tell her, okay, listen, you got a good shot at this guy right here, regular old Beta Brad. Here he goes. They look at him and say, hell no, I want chance at with yacht. So in that mindset, polygamy, that requires a system. That requires some sort of support system where he's able to house all of these women either in one place. Polyamory, polygyny, where they're in some sort of system, some sort of studio, and she comes over and gives that man access to her, and he gives her what? Seeking arrangement dollars? That's going on right now. That is going on, and that's going to be the majority, especially when this economy is struggling, when democracy goes away and socialism marches. Let me tell you something. There's hoes right now selling their body for $250. All right. So that's where we are. Monogamy to me has been more of a myth. Even when we played monogamy, we weren't even doing it.
Right.
Right. That's true.
We weren't really doing monogamy, to be honest with you. And it has such a high fail rate. I don't know why people attempt it, but the only reason why people attempt it is because women are upholding it because there's a social pressure to monogamy for them to be seen as monogamous, but they're not. They're clearly not. Right.
They're monogamous to the top 20%. That's who they're monogamous to.
Too, like a lot of people are only faithful as they options, man. You know, you get real rich. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not going. It's not even possible. It's not possible for like we looked at the Will and Jada situation. It's not possible for them to not get that bitch to get not get elsewhere dick and him not to get elsewhere pussy. It's just gonna be a part of the game. They are too damn rich. It's too many people.
Money has nothing to do with the fact that Jada gets side sausage, though. Like that has nothing to do with it.
She's got access to too much.
Okay, all right.
Worldly shit. Like again, she's got wild options because she's still a beautiful old lady, but she still got too many options. Only thing that like sometimes you like I look at some people like some people are faithful by default. Being ugly, being fat.
Yeah, right.
You faithful.
Right.
You
faithful by default.
You broke.
That's some new shit.
Faithful by default.
Oh, wow.
It's a jab. That's coined by you. Don't let nobody steal that.
Faithful by default. I love it.
You know what I'm saying? When you really, it's the temptation, man. You know what I'm saying? Like
if you can, you do.
In best physical shape, getting money and shit like that. You know, like I told you, man, Derrick Jackson, man. I don't think that nigga's faithful. You know what I'm saying?
Of course he's not. Of course he's not. Dude, come on.
It's too much access to gullible women. You know what I'm saying?
Those women aren't gullible. They know exactly what they're getting into.
You pulling up in Lambos and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, knock it off.
Myron, what are your thoughts on polyamory versus monogamy? Polygamy versus monogamy. Which one outnumbers the other? Is one going to pass the other at some point?
Yeah, no, this is a great question. And I'm going to agree with CJ on monogamy kind of being dead. And I'm going to take it a step further. I'm going to say monogamy is dead because women killed it. Now, whether people want to admit it or not, women 100% dictate how the sexual marketplace goes. And if you guys don't believe me, then look at how the RP is growing exponentially every year. And the reason why the RP is growing is because I've always said it. As technology gets better, social media becomes more apparent, and digital communication becomes a normal sense of communication between humans all across the world, more and more men are going to be ostracized in the sexual marketplace. And what I mean by that is more and more guys are going to be eclipsed by the abundance of options that women have. Girls that otherwise would have never been able to have access to high-value guys now have access to them. And what happens? We know what happens when you leave women to their own devices. They only fuck the top, I would say, 15 to 10% of men. And that leaves an even larger portion of men out frustrated from the sexual marketplace. The reason why the RP is growing every single day is because more and more guys are trying to figure out, why can't I get girls? Why am I struggling? What's going on? They go on Google, boom, they find us. Hey, this is what's going on. So I think women dictate how the sexual marketplace goes, right? If they didn't, there wouldn't even be this type of content out there. That's number one. Number two, what I foresee happening is that women are going to be, since women dictate how the marketplace goes, what's going to happen is you're going to have more guys happy with being cuckolded. And what I mean by that is they're going to be content with their girl being shared while they stay monogamous. I've already seen videos on this all over the place on the internet.
Dude, hell no.
Then their girls are literally out here saying, listen, you're monogamous to me, but I'm out here and I'm going to do what I want to do. And the thing that's scary is that some of these girls are literally atrocious looking.
Oh my God. Stop it.
This is a byproduct of the marketplace changing where women have all the leverage. So this is why I tell guys all the time, you have no choice but to become high value now, because guy that made $50,000 a year 10 years ago with a good insurance policy with his, his little Honda Civic, like a nice secure job, that guy's not appealing to a large demographic of women anymore. Why? Because as women earn more money and become more equal in society, their standards go up along with it of the type of man that they think they're worthy of. And if you guys don't think these women are delusional, go watch Kevin Samuels at night. Because the more money a woman makes, the more she thinks she's entitled to a top-tier man. But what women don't understand is that their earning potential has no bearing on their actual real sexual market value. But again, we lie to women all day. We tell them they're sugar and spice and everything nice. They could do no wrong. So they have this overinflated sense of ego and what they deserve in men. And that's the cold, hard truth. So, and that is why in the next 10 years, you're going to see over 50% of women be single. So what I foresee happening is this. More guys are going to be cucked. More girls are going to be running relationships where their guy is content with sharing her. And there's going to be even less, and that's for the relationships that even exist. And then the other girls that are single are going to be chasing the top 10%, 50% of men, because any girl that's attractive nowadays, you look at, man, she's on Instagram.
She's sponsored.
She has social media. Yeah. And then she has access to these high value guys, man. And it's definitely happening. The globalized sexual marketplace is here, and it's only going to become more pronounced, and more guys are going to continue to get ostracized from the marketplace. So there's no way around it, man. You got to become a top 20% guy is what I think, and learn game too. Having money isn't enough. You got to learn how to navigate and deal with these women, because if you got money and you don't have game, what's going to happen? You're going to get finessed. So you're going to have to be a complete package.
Good stuff. Hotep, take us home, man. Are polygamous relationships going to outnumber monogamous relationships, or do they already? We just don't know it.
Oh, they're definitely going to outnumber. They already outnumber the black community. They talk about, black men being faithful and so on and so forth. Yeah. And it's already like that because the women outnumber us. They're going to have to share, either we were shipped off to war or we were shipped off to jail. Right.
Yeah.
Which is why you see so much baby mama drama, because, for black men, we're just happen to be outnumbered. They not going to go without dick. So they're going to have to share, So I think there's going to be also, as women desire high value men, they're going to have to deal with the fact that, he's got another woman already or another couple of women.
Right.
And, I believe a man deserves as many women as he can afford.
Okay.
If you take whatever continent you live on, count the amount of coasts. And that's the amount of women you should probably have. If you live on a continent with 2 coasts, you need to have 2 women. If you got a continent with 3 coasts, you need to have 3 women. And they need to live on each coast because you don't want them in close proximity with each other.
Okay.
You have a compound on the East Coast, a compound on the West Coast, and a compound on the South, and a compound up North, and you have them hold down the continent. You see, it used to be a man had a kingdom or empires, and he had a woman in each empire. And really, she was babysitting.
Yeah.
She watched over his empire while he was gone. And that's one of the beautiful roles of women. They're going to come back and they're going to give you the 411 on what's been happening with your empire while you was gone.
Right.
They house sitting, so on and so forth. But again, like I said, a man deserves as many women as he can afford, both as far as money and time and energy is concerned.
Well said. Red Pill Mike with the $100 super chat. So spinning plates is tiring, but it puts you in a position where you have less to lose by being dishonest and have more to gain by telling the truth up front. It also allows you not to have an emotional reaction if a girl chooses to leave due to lack of commitment. That makes perfect sense. Lee Maxfield, $5, says RPM deserves a Don DeMarco for that last super.
I got it.
Oh, yeah. Appreciate that. Razor Joe, welcome to chat privileges as everything... there we go. The Geek Surgeon says being polyamorous all depends on you as a man. Your game has to be tight and know what you will take and not take. It's about your program. Kyle $2 says 2 women are like 2 blades on a pair of scissors. Wow. Eugene Morgan, $10 super chat Says, as we move forward, I think men being ostracized by the sexual market may even increase the number of switch hitters. Look what happens to men who go to jail. Jason Bravo, $10, says polyamory will soon become the norm. I've had 2 exes who become poly after we broke up. I predict you'll see polygamy become more mainstream, even on TV and Netflix. Wow. Guys, be sure, as I do this for my man, be sure to pick up The Black Man's Guide Out of Poverty, written by my good friend Aaron Clary. You can find it on Amazon. It is The Black Man's Guide Out of Poverty. Listen, guys, this was a fantastic show. This could not have gone any better. We kind of took a left turn right there in the middle, but I think it was a left turn that needed to be taken. Let's go around the panel one more time. Hotep, tell the people where they can find you.
BRYANSHARPE. That's my legal slave name. BRYANSHARPE.co. You can keep up with all my tech projects and published books there as well.
All 75 of his tech projects. Myron, tell the people where they can find you, man.
Hey guys, Fresh and Fit on YouTube, and guys, the High Value Academy closes tonight, and then the Zoom calls begin tomorrow. So get in there, thehighvalueacademy.com. Again, that is thehighvalueacademy.com. So you don't get ostracized in this growing sexual marketplace where girls are becoming pickier, because you got to become the full package, not for the girls, man, but for yourself, so you don't tolerate the BS that inevitably comes from dealing with the women.
CGA.
Yes, sir. We find Adams at here on YouTube and my website, gregadams.com.
Excellent. I love how Coach Greg Adams is Coach Greg Adams everywhere. That makes it very, very easy.
What.
Makes it very
Yes.
easy. Lucario.
Yeah, so guys, make sure you check me out at badboymembership.com, or you can go to mrlocario.com to get the Game Kings documentary. That is the documentary you want to get up on. And make sure you guys hit me up on Instagram at @realmrlocario. So holla at me there.
Yeah. Jep, where can they find you?
Man, find me on YouTube. Just type in Minister Jap. Go to the channel, subscribe to it, hit the bell. Also, hit me on Instagram at This Is Jappa and Minister Jap Church. Got another backup Instagram. And also, you can hit me on ministerjap.com for the Minister Jap apparel and all the updates on everything we got coming, man.
Minister Jep, you've got backup everything. You guys know where to find me. You guys can find me here. There's no need to there's no need to plug my stuff. Gentlemen, fantastic show. I will see you guys all next week. Yeah, thank you guys all for showing up. I think I might have an idea for next week's show. If we can pull it off, I'll keep everybody abreast and posted. That's going to do